Thank you very much, Professor Raanan Rein. Following what Raanan Rein said, I just wanted to mention that Tel Aviv University is a major partner at the Human Brain Project flagship, I say the flagship, involving the Segol School of Neuroscience in Education and the Statistical Department led by Professor Yoav Benyamini and myself in the Medical Informatics work package. The goal is really to define the disease signature, which is one of the frames that we are trying to define. What is a disease signature? And based on the convergence of the various data, like he was talking about the various faculties, the various expertise in Tel Aviv University, and converging all the existing data, knowledge, and expertise to understand better the neurodegenerative, Alzheimer, Parkinson, those diseases that we are talking about. And we already we worked on Alzheimer's disease, and we have very good results so far, which I hope will be published soon. So that is a good start, and I want to move forward to show more projects and what we are doing here at Tel Aviv University. And I want to invite Mrs. Einat Ron, the head of the EU Liaison Office at Tel Aviv University. Please.
Thank you very much, Mira. I would like to present a bit about Tel Aviv University's excellence and the framework program, which is as the ambassador said, is the research and development program for the EU. So first, Tel Aviv University, as our vice president said, is the largest comprehensive university in Israel. We have about 30,000 students and over 1,000 faculty. And we will soon have a natural history museum, which is also a nice addition. We're also the only university that covers all faculties from humanities and arts until exact sciences and engineering and medicine. We are happy to say that we're in the top 20. We're ranked 18th by citations per faculty, which is quite impressive, since in the world ranking as a university, we're number 195. But we're in the number 18 in the citations. I'm specifically talking about citations because I think this directly is relevant to EU projects, and I will tell you about this in a minute. And we also were recently ranked in the top university, in the venture capital top universities as number 9 in the top universities for VC-backed entrepreneurs, which means that a lot of our graduates are getting VC backup, which is quite fantastic for a university in Israel and anywhere. But moving to the framework program, so the framework program is actually there since 1984, and it has grown from year to year. You can see that it started with a very modest budget, and now it's with nearly 80 billion euros for 7 years. And Israel has joined, as you can see, in the middle of FP4, which is 1996. And Tel Aviv University, as part of the Israeli participation, has also, you can see that we've increased our participation, and we are very proud of how we've performed in FP7. And already from the beginning of Horizon, I will give you a few details about our participation. So first, Tel Aviv University is at the top 50 institutions who got the most money out of the EU. So we are very proud of that. And we hope to continue and maybe rise in the list, but it's definitely an honor to be on that list. And if you take all the institutions in Europe that got a reintegration grants, which means researchers going for postdocs outside of the EU and then coming back to their country for positions in the industry, in the university. We are ranked second to CNRS. I think that's quite amazing. And we were very happy to be part of that program. Unfortunately, it's somehow changed, and I do not see how we can be part of that in Horizon, but there are plenty of other opportunities. If we were talking about an excellence grant, which is a major part of the framework program, which is millions of euros for a single researcher, for really breakthrough research, then we are within the top universities getting over 30 ERC grants. So only now in Horizon, we got 14 grants in the first round, so we are very pleased with that, which puts us #1 in Israel, which is quite fantastic. And we believe that we have some of the brightest minds in the country, and there is no reason that we will not grow even more. So, as I said, we got 14 grants the last time. The overall success rate of the European Commission was 11.7, and Tel Aviv University success rate was 38%. So that's quite amazing. But I would like to present a few projects really briefly, because you're going to hear from researchers themselves soon about really their project, what they're doing. But I would like to just give you a few tastes of the different kinds of collaborations that are possible within the EU, which is really is an amazing program that allows for different kinds of collaborations, and we appreciate all of them. I think that the added value of this collaboration is a lot more than just being part of that project and getting a few $100,000 or maybe €1 million. It's actually a lot more than that. So one of those projects is a MISA project, which we are the coordinator of, which recently ended quite successfully. And you can see that we have some strategic partners like MAN and like Israel Aircraft Industries, and what they wanted to do was really to develop methodologies to design manufacturing industries and systems more adaptable to future needs. They are trying really to reduce the costs of the manufacturing and bringing it faster to the market. Another example of a project is a research infrastructure project. This is not really a research project, but rather trying to get money for the infrastructure. In Europe, they know that there's no point in having the same research infrastructure at each university or research institutes. The infrastructures cost a lot of money. If they're not continuously used, they're actually costing more money. So there is no point in every university getting it. It makes a lot more sense to really give money to access that infrastructure and use the same one. So we are very proud to be part of a project that CERN is coordinator of, and we've been quite well placed in that consortium. And as you know, this is an accelerator project, and it also is quite successful. They had over 120 publications already from that project, and only now starting a new project that is a continuation of that project, because it was very successful. And they're trying to do a lot more things than just give access to infrastructure. They're also trying to teach the public about accelerators. They're trying to really coach PhD students, postdocs, and do a lot more for their community. A different kind of project, which is more commercial, is an IMI project, which we are lucky to be part of that. The IMI Initiative is actually trying to get new drugs to the public faster and cost-effective. This project is worth 56 million euros, which is quite astounding, I think, with 34 partners from 11 countries. That's quite remarkable. They're focusing on dementia and diabetes, but there are a lot more projects like this trying to really find a cure for a lot of diseases. And the big pharma are putting a lot of this budget. It's really a joint effort of the Commission and the big pharma companies. And we've seen that they have made a significant change from the first calls where they were very bad for university regarding IPs. And now it's really a program that we can be partner of, and we really want to increase our participation in the IMI Initiative. To show you that other fields can also be funded, we also have a very interesting training network in history. Professor Gadi El Ghazi is part of a training network meaning They mostly want to train PhD students. They're giving them seminars, workshops, summer schools, and a PhD, obviously. This one is about it's an interdisciplinary project that aims at setting a common research agenda and a common ground for the understanding of historical processes from a global perspective. They have realized that these topics have not been studied together ever, and they're trying to really do something new here. And it's quite exciting, this project, and we have the Sorbonne as a partner, and if you could see, in every project I've shown you, we have some really good strategic partners, and we do continue to collaborate with them on other projects, either by the same principal investigators or sometimes by others. And the last project I want to show is a project about sponges. It sounds maybe not so interesting, but actually we're talking about finding active ingredients in sponges that can be medically active. So maybe new drugs from the sea. And they've also did a very nice outreach activities with Nickelodeon and SpongeBob. And it's just one example how you can take a topic that sounds so academically and really bring it to the wider audience. And I think this is one of the agenda of the European Commission, to really bring the public closer to the universities and the research, and showing that what we're doing here in the university is really interesting, relevant, and can be used by the general public. It can be understandable. It's not only about publishing in Science and Nature. Of course, we do value those publications, but it's also about the public who's paying for these, really understanding what they're paying for. So to sum everything up, we believe that these collaborations with the European Commission really gives the university more publications, conferences, patents, policy, and all of these actually makes us a more excellent university, because it raises our citations, ranking, collaboration, attractiveness, both to researchers and students, and obviously our impact, which lies well beyond our university. So thank you very much.